This video is the top 5 moments from Arrow, Season 3, Episode 15. I really like this episode. I was surprised how much I liked this episode, even though I knew they were going to kind of throw something big at us since we're taking a tiny break before the Arrow starts again later in March. But my top 5 moments, number 5, I actually really like seeing Malcolm Merlyn against Laurel and the Assassins. I wish the fighting would have been a little bit more, but I love that they show the skill difference between Malcolm, Laurel, and the Assassins, and even Oliver. Like, it's just so cool that they're showing that, and Laurel, was acting rational, and then she decided to confront him, and I'm like, we knew the irrational things couldn't last, could we, Laurel? But I kind of understand that she couldn't just let it go. I just wish she would have just pulled out the gun sooner instead of thinking that she could beat him with the baton. So I think the fight scene was pretty cool. Number 4, Lazarus Pit. I am saying that we actually saw it. I know we haven't confirmed that it actually is, but we also got the mention of the 1800s from him, so we know there's a Lazarus Pit, and I am hoping that we actually got to see Ra's al Ghul in it today, and that whole thing was interesting. And actually tying in with that is I'm super stoked about the Oliver and Ra's thing and talking about Oliver taking over. And I know that they're taking that story from Batman, and we're not going to see Bruce Wayne most likely ever in the Arrow. So I think they're going to adapt that story to Oliver, and it's obviously going to be a little bit different, but still super cool that we had that twist at the end and the Lazarus Pit, and I'm hoping that they put Oliver in the Lazarus Pit and then they take care of all his scars and everything, because that will actually make things a lot easier for the makeup people and prosthetic people where they don't have to keep putting on it every time. So I am full force Lazarus Pit and Oliver making the decision to become the next Ra's al Ghul. Number 3, Thea revealing that she killed Sarah to Laurel. This is such a huge thing because the Arrow is all about drama and everyone with their secrets and everything's dragged out and someone knows something. But Thea was like, nope, going right to Laurel. And Laurel had a calm reaction. This is such a big deal because we're so used to Laurel being irrational and freaking out, and she just was like, no, it's not your fault. I understand. We're still buddies. Irrational she is, because even Oliver was like, yeah, you can't tell her because she's going to freak out and it's going to ruin it. And I really like that Laurel stayed really calm with Thea and was like, no, I understand. Malcolm is the one to blame. Even though then Laurel lost her cool when she went after Malcolm with the baton, but and kind of tying into that too, I guess I'm sneaking 2 in each number, aren't I now? Thea, I don't think revealing to Nyssa was such a good idea. It was kind of interesting that why wouldn't she just say, hey, Malcolm had me kill her, but he used drugs on me, I wasn't in control of myself, I'm sorry, I want you to know. But then letting her out of the cage, giving her a sword, I don't know if she's gonna go crazy on her, or if she's going to be like, hey, I understand, I'm going to train you. I don't know, but still, the whole revealing about Sarah, I think, was pretty awesome for them to do. Number 2, the Felicity and Ray romance. And specifically that Felicity is back to normal. And yeah, she was being a little cryy, whiny towards Oliver, but she's freaked out about him. But we have her little quips back and her spunky little personality. And we had been missing that for a while. It wasn't there, and she was just acting kind of crazy and whiny and cryy and freaking out on everyone. And it's just that's not the Felicity we love. And I understand you have to have characters with grief, but you have to dial it down a little bit, I think. So Felicity with her little quips and everything, and her lines and being super cute and adorable, and then the fact that Felicity and Ray finally got together and slept together. And I think it's kind of funny that he slept with her and then all of a sudden got +2 to his intelligence and figured out his Atom thing. Which goes into number 1. I love that we finally got to see the Atom suit on him. I think it was amazing that we finally got to that part. I think the CGI was a little weird. People were talking about, oh, it's a ripoff Iron Man. But I am still all for this. I was half expecting maybe he would shrink down. Now I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be he didn't expect that to happen, and then it happens, and then maybe he spends a while trying to figure out how to not be shrunk down anymore. I don't know, but the fact that we're moving this forward, and I haven't looked lately, so I don't know if the Atom spin-off show is happening anytime soon. But if we keep the progress with the character, and Brandon Roth, oh my gosh, is such a charming guy, so I am all for him having his own show. So those were my top 5 favorite moments. There obviously were plenty of more, like Oliver and Diggle's assault on the base. Even though we know that most likely they were letting them in, it's kind of like the stormtroopers letting Leia and Luke and Han Solo get away on purpose thing. So, because Roz had this greater plan, and digging the bromance between Diggle and Oliver. But those were my top 5 moments. You can list yours below. Make sure you like and subscribe.